this out. Clarence Thomas says government institutions shouldn't be bullied following leak of draft opinion on abortion. Oh, the poor institutions that are getting bullied. Oh, God. Think of the institutions. Think of the institutions. Justice Clarence Thomas, following the leak of a draft majority opinion overturning Roe v. Wade, said Friday that government institutions shouldn't be bullied into delivering what some see as the preferred outcome. Now, I want to be very clear. This is CNN by Ariana DeVogue. I don't know who this is. I'm going to be honest, but ostensibly liberal CNN, right? People claim that CNN is liberal or left-leaning or something. I mean, obviously, right? Those people are stupid. But let me read this again. Justice Clarence Thomas, following the leak of a draft majority opinion overturning Roe v. Wade, said Friday that government institutions shouldn't be bullied into delivering what some see as the preferred outcome. Okay, so abortion rights poll in this country, anywhere between 60% and I saw one poll at some point, it was like 85% of people support the right to choose, you know, depending on the language and depending on the time you ask these questions. And so this isn't like the idea that it's up for debate, right? That people's right to choose is like a debatable. We don't know what's more popular. That's like saying, like, again, like, you know, people like weekends, right? But the Supreme Court wants to overturn weekends. Some people see having weekends as a preferable outcome. And then you look at a poll and it's like, yeah, 97% of Americans support this. It's like, some see it as a preferred outcome. There's only some. Oh, it's 3/4 of the country? That's just some. You know, the word most would work. But, okay. The events of earlier this week is one symptom of that, Thomas said. He added that you cannot have a free society without stable institutions. What is that? Like, what does that even mean? Stable institution? Like, what does that even mean? Like, if you ask him, if you press him on this, what does that mean? We need stable institutions for a free society. Okay, so what is free? Do you think we're free in this country? You think we're free? The guy in the Snuggie with a wife named Guinea said that we're fucking free. So I guess we're free now, right? So we have to respect these institutions to be free? Like, I just like, huh? Maybe throw some liberty in there? Like, I don't know. What the fuck does that mean? What the fuck does that mean? We use stare decisis as a mantra when we don't want to think, Thomas said Friday. But he noted that unlike lower courts, the Supreme Court is the end of the line. If the justices don't take a look at it, who does? Like this idea, like Clarence Thomas, husband of Guinea Thomas, right, is under the presumption that he is like some like godlike being. Like, dude, we made your job up. Like, it was made up. People made it up. It's not real. Like, the guy walking around in a Snuggie is acting like he's like fucking Zeus or something. Like, this motherfucker's coming down from the heavens and like fucking got lightning bolts and shit. Like, you're not a god. You're not like a fucking like the ultimate class. You're wandering around in a bed sheet, like, that's dragging along the floor. Like, you know, you look like a fucking fool, right? Your wife literally tried to destroy the government. And that's what's funny about this. This person's wife literally begged the President of the United States to overthrow the Constitution, overthrow the rule of law, overthrow all presidential elections, right? Like, and now he's crying about people respecting institutions? Like, again, like fucking, like, I don't know, like 18 months ago, whatever it was, his wife tried to literally destroy the U.S. Congress. But let's turn the clock a little bit further back to the year 2000. Oh, Clarence Thomas wants us to respect institutions, right? So in 2000, when the Supreme Court made George Bush the loser of the 2000 presidential election, when they just picked him as president in 2000, right? And then had the audacity to say, oh, so we're going to rule on this case, but it's not going to be precedent. This rule does not set any new precedent. Pretend it never happened, but we're just going to pick the president, by the way. And then immediately in the ruling, they said this ruling cannot be used as precedent. Like, they specified, they carved a new made-up exemption out of nowhere. They just made it up and said, all right, we're just going to cheat. We're going to steal this election. Reminder, I just want to say this. Joe Biden won the 2020 election. Donald Trump lost the 2020 election. Joe Biden is the legitimate president of the United States. Joe Biden won the 2020 election. The election in 2020 was not stolen. Let's turn the clock back to 2000, right? So they picked George Bush as president, and now we're supposed to respect these institutions. If you want people to respect institutions, I got news for you. You don't do any of this fucking shit. You don't do any of this fucking garbage. Like, if you want institutions to be respected, then you don't do this. It's that simple. It's that fucking simple. So cringy. It really is just so cringy. Once again, I would like to remind everyone, Joe Biden is the winner of the 2020 election. Donald Trump is the loser.